Good morning, guys. This morning, let's try and sketch this diagram. From the diagram here, we have that the length of this side is the length of this part is 60. It is 60 by 60. This surface from here to here is 100 by 100. So let's get started. Sketch. I'm using the front plane. Let's start with this. Pick a center rectangle, dimension into 60 by 60. And within the rectangle there, we have this hole which is coming through, and the diameter of the circle inside of the hole is 30. You can see it right here. So 30. That's dimension. Make sure as you are sketching, make sure that your sketch is fully defined. If it's not fully defined, make sure you make it fully defined so that you won't have to run into trouble trying to fully define it in the end. So now, when you look at the edges of this point where we are sketching right now, they are filleted, although the fillet radius was not put here, so I'm using this radius for it, 10. So come to sketch fillet, enter. Okay, so now come to features and extrude. So what is our length of extrusion? Let's check it out. Length of extrusion from this point to this point is 50. You can see it here. You can see the arrow direct showing you it's 50. So leave it at blind. Change this point to 50. So there is it. Now let's sketch this part. This how do they call it? It's a square on top. So what's the length from this point to this point? We have it that is 100, and from this end to this end it's also 100. So we are sketching a rectangle of a square rather of 100 by 100. We are using this rectangle to, remember, use center rectangle. One of the beauty of using center rectangle for this is that center rectangle will extend equally from the center of where you pick, of where you select it from. For example, look at what I'm saying. It's selecting as it's moving, all parts are moving with it. But in case you pick any other rectangle, let's use this corner rectangle and see. You can see it's only extending in one direction. So that is the reason why you have to choose center rectangle. The center rectangle. Make sure, I said it in the first video, if you are sketching, do not allow your line what you are sketching at that moment to coincide with an already dimension part. Now look at what I'm saying. It coincides with the former one. If I try to dimension now, let me go to dimension. You can see make the dimension driven. Adding this dimension will make the sketch overdriven or unable to solve. Do you want to add it as driven? So in this case, you don't have to draw your sketch to the length of an already dimension part. Leave it at the center or you extend it outward, then your dimension will help you do the work. So let's delete this line. You right click, yes. Now let's start the operation back. So I'm going to leave it here. It's my dimension 100 by 100. So I use 10 instead of 100. Hit your F key. 100. Enter. Okay, let me start again. Red. F key. Okay. So at this point we also have fillet. The four corners have been filleted to radius 10. So sketch fillet already set to 10 millimeter. So let's go and extrude. Our sketch is fully defined. Notice what is the length of the extrusion. The length of the extrusion is 10 millimeters. You can see it, 10 millimeter. Actually we are sketching this downward part first before we do the upper side. So 10 millimeters. Enter. Now let's rotate it and check. Okay, it's pointing outward, so it's correct. And there's a hole. This middle part here is a hole. There's a hole there. If you extrude like this, everything will be closed. So for you to show the hole, come to this selected contour, pick this point, leave the cycle, don't pick the cycle. You can see the region we've picked. Sketch 2 region 1, sketch 2 region 2. And boom. there is a mistake. We forgot to sketch the cycles which are on the faces, so I'm going to Ctrl Z to do that. So using center rectangle, start from the center. The distance between them is 80 by 80. Right click to make it, change it to construction lines, dimension. Let me show you. From you can see the line from the center here to the center here, dimension 80. From the center here to the center of this point is dimension 80. So our dimension will be 80 by 80. 80 by 80. So after dimensioning, remember, you see the distance from here to here is 80, which is the center point of the cycle we're about to sketch. So use these edges as the center of your cycle, and I repeat again, do not extend it to an already dimension part. Even though you sketch the cycle so small, in as much you are able to dimension it. So now, since the cycles are of equal diameter, let's make a relation. Press Shift and select all the cycles. You can see arc 5, 6, 7 and 8 equal. Okay, they are already equal. Now let dimension. So one of the reasons why you make relation is that it's faster, and it will also make your work clean, because when you start dimensioning 10 10 10, all the dimension, all the this your dimensioning will just fool the whole surface. So fully define. Now let's go to features, extrude boss base. So already we have 10 millimeters, selected contours. So we need this part and also need this part. Remember, only these two parts. Okay. Now our hole is there. Now let's sketch the other part again by repeating the same process we took. Oh, sorry, that's not what I was supposed to pick. Do the service, make it normal, center rectangle. Hundred by 100. So let's fillet it first. Fillet radius is 10 millimeter. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Don't get confused, because we are now seeing holes here. The hole is reflecting from the other surface. For the first sketch, draw a center rectangle. The same thing we did with the first part. Convert it to a construction line to guide you. Now let's dimension it 80 by 80. 80 by 80. You can see the center coincide with each other. Now circle. Shift. Make the relation equal. Small dimension 10. Fully divine. So what's the next step? Don't be in haste to start sketching this. Let's first extrude this one. I think everything we need to do here is done. Go to features, extruding by 10. Let's rotate. So this is it. And one other thing I want to show you is that whenever you have this radius part colored, you can't rotate. If you want to rotate, you use your arrow keys in rotation, but if you have this already selected, you can't rotate. Look at what I'm saying. If you use the arrow key, you can see that. So if you want to rotate, bring your cursor to where you are sketching and click. After clicking, you are free to rotate. Now come to selected contours. We need this part, we need this part. The rest are of no concern to us. Let's move ahead. So this is it. Now we have this polygon here to sketch. The polygon to sketch. The polygon, the length of this line to this line is 28.2, and there is a circle inside which is of radius diameter 50. This inner one is the first one we drew. The hole inside there, this one has diameter 30. So let's start. Come to sketch. Sketch again, or pick polygon once. You'll be asked to select a plane. Choose a surface here. After choosing surface, check the polygon is 8-sided polygon, that is octagon. So change it. I've already done this for the first time, that is why my own is showing 8. So if you are doing it for the first time, your own might be showing 6. You have to change the number here to 6 to 8. Watch out for that. Okay. Now the polygon, we don't know whether it's horizontal or vertical. So come to this line, right click it, then you have this menu popping up. This one is to make vertical, this one is to make horizontal. So we are not sure whether it's horizontal or not, so let's make the relation. You can see it changed a little bit, it tilted a little bit if you are following very closely. So let's dimension. It's 28.2. 28.2. Enter. Okay, our sketch is fully defined. Now the cycle inside, there's a cycle inscribed in it. And what is the dimension of the cycle? The dimension of the cycle is 50 millimeters. So fully defined. So let's go to features, extrude. We are extruding by 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. If you look at the diagram closely, extruding 10 millimeter. Look at it here, 10 millimeters. So 10 millimeter. We left it at 10 millimeter. Take notice, if your arrow is pointing outward, any direction your arrow is pointing to, it means that is the direction where you are sketching, you are extruding. In case for some people, depending on this plane you use, your arrow may be showing this. This is not what you need. Come to this place blind, use this arrow, click on the arrow. So this time around we are not going to select any contour because this is where we just sketch now, and this is where we want to keep. All you need to do is enter, and now there's one other thing we've left out. The hole here, this hole here, what's the diameter is 18, and the distance from the center of the hole to this point is 25. So let's do that. Sketch, cycle. So now make sure you can see the directing line, the dotted line showing you. Make sure it coincides with the center. Now let's dimension. So the diameter is 18. Now the distance from here down here, or from here down here, is 25. Click here, drag it to this point, and give it 2.5. Enter. Still having under divine. So what are we doing? Select this point, drag it to this line. You can see fully divine. Do not attempt to change this value, even though it gives you 20 point any number. Do not attempt to change it. All you have to do is OK it, hit your enter button or OK. Because okay, for example, let me show you. Let's attempt to change it and see, maybe it will change. Let's use a 20.9. Let's see. It changed, but changing it means from here to here is greater than from here to here, but our cycle is placed in the center of the sketch. So doing that means we are changing the dimension, although it's very small, but details matter. Enter, and let's come to features. We are cutting, so cut through, or if yours is set to blind, make sure you change it to through 250. So let's rotate. You can see it's pointing from here down to this side. That means if we cut the hole, it's going to extend from this point down to this point. So let's see, our hole is executed. Now let's go to sectional view. So this is basically what we've sketched. This is the view. Listen. So let's exit here. Let's coloring this part, this point, this point, and this point. They have the same color, the color green. And orange color. Space here. This part is called interchangeably. Thanks for watching. God bless you.